Hey, this is Cam, and I got to speak with Emmitt Williams from the MYZONE company. I hope you have a MYZONE heart rate, have the app, but Emmitt got to discussing a little bit about how he makes decisions, and I hope you'll take 5 minutes to listen to this because it's like taking a master's level business class. So please enjoy the comments about decision making from Emmitt Williams from MYZONE.
Way I explain to both my children that we just spoke of, but also my staff at the office, is that if you've got a problem, first of all, think of it like you are in a room and the room is dark and you cannot see the room. Go and turn the light switch on, the lights will come on, and that is your problem. So the first thing you need to do is switch on the lights. In decision making, that would be write out the problem statement. What is the problem statement? Don't conflate it. Don't get confused. Write it out. What problem are you dealing with? That would be switching the lights on. Then you would look around the room and you would have a look at all your options to get out of this room that you're locked in. There is a window. There is a door that is locked, but there are children on the other side of it. There is a manhole, but it would require you to do a huge vertical jump to get up through it, and so on. Just list all the options you've got to escape this room. Then, once you've got all those ideas, then you need to go through and decide, all right, which one suits me best? Should I take $50 out of my pocket and put it under the door and get someone to open the other door for me? Should I put my foot through the window? Should I jump up through the manhole? What's the best option? And that's a simple visual to go through this. Now, when you make your decision, there are 4 things to be wary of. These are weaknesses or threats. There is a pig, there is an ape, there is a blind spot, and there is an ego. So the PIG is an acronym for pursue instant gratification, right? And so if you're walking through the kitchen and there are those brownies on the table, the pig's coming out going, that's a good decision, but take that brownie, take that and take your 3rd brownie for the afternoon. It's a great decision, but that's instant gratification. You have to know when your pig comes out. If you're about to walk into a conference and you don't know anyone there, you know not one person, but you know you should be networking because it's a new industry that you're going into or whatever it may be, the ape will come out, and that is avoid painful experiences. And so the ape will say, don't walk into that room, just don't attend the networking event, too painful to be rejected. Be aware when the ape comes out. The other thing you have to be aware of is a beach ball. If you throw a beach ball in the air, Cam, and I look up at it and you say, what color is it? I think it's blue. But the person on the other side of the ball says, no, Emmitt, it's red. And that person says green, and that person says yellow. We are all right. And by working together, we can describe the object in the air better than by ourselves. Why? Because we've got diverse perspectives, and together we're coming together to call out each other's blind spot. That's important, because without someone calling out your blind spot, it remains blind. And the final thing is ego. Be careful of your ego, and we all have one. And an ego will try and confirm that you are right. Here were the options. I'm in a room, I turn the lights on, and there's a window over there, and I think I put my foot through the window to get out of this room. And because it was my idea, I will have this bias towards my own idea because my ego wants to be the right one on making the call. Be really careful because it might not be the right decision. Then from there, decide on what your course of action is and execute. If it's a big decision, I then this is the final step. If it's a big decision, I lean on a method from the Pentagon and from venture capital companies and from IT firms that is called red teaming. And red teaming is when you make a decision to go through the window. We're going to put our foot through the window, smash it open, and we'll get out that way. Before we do it, because it's a big decision, we identify 3 or 4 people and put them in a red team. And look, bringing this back to business, it could be laying off people. It could be when you reopen. It could be how you reopen. It could be raising debt to do something after the pandemic. If it's a big decision, you ask the red team, okay, guys, take off the blue hat. You can have no blue. You need to put a red hat on and go into a room and come back in a day or come back in 30 minutes. and tell us, why is this a bad idea? Kill the idea. The Pentagon refer to it as a murder board, where they get ex-generals to murder the idea of executing on a battle plan. And therefore you put them in the perspective of working out, where is this weak? What could go wrong? Let's brainstorm it and make sure that we kill the idea before the enemy kills the idea. Or in the case of business, that we kill it before commerce kills it and we don't get our money back and our return on investment and so on and so forth. And so when I go into big decision making, as simple as it is, I think of those visuals of the room, of the ape, of the pig, of the beach ball, of the ego, and of red teaming. And if I can run them through those gates, then I know I've done a thorough job of making a decision.